Hello everybody, this is RPGamer with day 3 of E3 2011. The show is a wrap, and we're about to give you our wrap-up impressions of the show, starting off with Manny, who had the wonderful chance to play some of the Old Republic, or not play, well yeah, play some of the Old Republic. Yeah. Wow, I'm jealous. So, Manny, what did you get to do in the Old Republic?
Well, it was really just a 10-minute demo. It felt a little rushed, and you have to remember 10 minutes in an MMO.
That doesn't mean much.
It doesn't. But we did learn a few things. I played a Sith warrior, I think a Juggernaut, sort of patterned after Darth Vader, you know, big heavy armor, big breathing apparatus, and a big sword sort of rushing in there, and big melee attacks. Chloe, I don't know if she mentioned yesterday, she played an Imperial agent, sort of like a stealth class, sneaking around, stabbing people from behind. And Nancy, a reporter who was with us, she was playing a bounty hunter, with sort of like a tech bounty hunter who had a big flamethrower and would sort of like shower people in fire, and like all of his tech trees and all of his abilities were sort of geared towards burning people alive. But unfortunately, 10 minutes, right? So they gave
Enough to use your special abilities and get out?
Enough to do that, enough to try out our new mounts, which are basically like little speeder bikes that we got to fly around the desert of Tatooine on.
Can you pimp your speeder?
I do not know if you can pimp your speeder. I know you can pimp your ship when you get one eventually. There was also, So the problem with the demo was that they gave us a quest in the big, expansive Tatooine desert with these higher level characters. So they give us like a 10-minute tutorial to even know how to use them, first of all. So while we're still trying to figure out what our skills do and how to use them and what buffs to put up so we won't die every 5 minutes, we have to go find one specific kind of a sand person, you know, sand people. We have to find one specific kind among several hundred, and there's like sort of scattered all over the place. And the map didn't really quite work because there was no like really clear indicator about where to go. So we're sort of wandering back. Which way are we going at? Like basically backseat drivers the whole way. Turn this way. No, they're over here. They're behind you. So imagine it's like a limited tiny demo looking for sand people we can't find because they're hidden away because the UI is nice. They've improved it a lot. It looks a lot prettier, but there's some like I can't imagine getting lost in WoW. Can you?
No.
We got very, very lost in the Old Republic, and that's sort of what marred our experience a lot by it.
That's too bad. So, is the Two Worlds 2 going to do anything for anybody with the new expansion that will unmar their experiences?
There are some UI, a few tweaks to it. Like for example, some people complained that they couldn't find their ship after they disembarked it. You know, you get a little saving.
How do you lose a ship?
Well, it doesn't show up on your map.
Oh.
So now there's like a little icon there telling you where it is. 10 hours of new content. You can dive right in. You know, more music that people loved. New weapons, armor sets. 25% more. Like the map was large enough, right? So imagine adding 25% more to that. Like a bunch of little islands, all with landable points, so you can just sort of island hop back and forth. A lot more flexible sort of sailing, so you can move back and forth a lot more easily. And I think like maybe sort of like a contained, sort of tighter storyline that you could jump into right away.
More co-op features?
From what I understand, there's like 4 new co-op maps or missions that were like apparently like these big little co-op sets that you can go through. So if you're looking forward to that, that's coming out later this year. There's also, I think, a Velvet Game of the Year edition that it packs in the original game and the expanded at a reduced price with some bonus goodies like some pirate swag and that kind of stuff. So if you haven't picked up Two Worlds 2, maybe wait for the Velvet edition, and then if it's still too much for you, maybe wait for that to drop in price.
Velvet Edition, got it. Someone who could probably make a lot of stuff out of Velvet, Atelier Totori, was on the show floor. You gave that a try, didn't you, Chloe?
Yeah, it was very fun. It was everything I expected it to be, and I can't wait till it comes out.
And what was it that you expected it to be?
Everything I translated for the past few months.
So you ran around as a little girl collecting items to synthesize with. What did you make with those items?
I think I made 49 bombs.
Wow, that's a lot of bombs.
Yes, I had to click each item individually to do it.
A lot of X pounding, huh? All right. What else did you? Saw you like hired a new guy or recruited someone, or did you unlock someone or something like that?
No, I didn't. I think you did.
Oh, man, it's all blurring together now. All right, I think this guy took interest in all the bombs you made, and then when I got the controller, he joined the party. So it was pretty interesting. So running around, alchemy, fighting monsters, and recruiting people in the party is what it all seemed to be, right?
Yes, and fan service.
Fan service. Speaking of fan service, Dead Rising 2 has a fair bit of that, doesn't it?
Yes, it has Frank West again. I love him.
How many times you played through Dead Rising?
About 7.
About 7. Wow. So this is something you're really excited about, isn't it?
Yes, it's pretty much the same game, but I couldn't figure out how to use a camera, so it wasn't like Pokemon Snap with zombies.
Oh, 'cause that sounds pretty awesome, actually. So, same game, but you're still excited for it.
Of course, it's Frank West.
How about Resident Evil Raccoon? What is it? Raccoon Uprising, Raccoon City,
Operation Raccoon City.
Operation Raccoon. Got it. So what's going on in that one?
Well, you're some bad guys trying to kill Leon S. Kennedy, which I love as well. But I'm not sure whether I can kill him. But it was very fun.
So you had to kill the man you love.
Yes.
That's very sad. So you're running around the zombies in that game then?
Yeah, but I ended up sniping stuff from my roof.
As a zombie?
No, as a army person.
Oh, as an army person. Okay. Interesting. What platform is that going to be on?
I think Xbox and PlayStation 3.
Pretty good. Okay. Sounds good. Sarah, you got to play a bunch of DC Universe Online, didn't you?
I did. And I spent a half hour with the character creation.
But you made a very nice looking character.
Yes, I was a fox with a tail and I had wings, and
it was a cat.
it was very purple. It was a fox, but it was a girl, so it was like a girl fox. It was a fox girl.
Okay, so your flying vixen goes around solving crimes.
What I did was I flew through a lot of tunnels and picked up stuff and threw it at evil people. And made them blow up because I picked up radioactive barrels.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you get to check out any new stuff?
I don't know.
Was there like a new raid or anything that you got to go on?
Well, I don't know what's new because I haven't played the game before.
Well, but
Okay,
where
but-
was it?
Where was it?
The raid.
I don't know. It was in a spaceship type thing, and they kept telling me there's more people coming after you. So I kept going down.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's good enough.
No.
All right.
I don't know. I don't play.
Fortress of
games.
Solitude, little spaceship thing.
But I liked it.
Tell me about Wakfu.
It's really cute, but I probably wouldn't play it. I was really excited about it, and I thought I would like it, but I don't know. The static camera kind of bothers me because I was in a battle with something, and they hid behind a tree, and you couldn't see them. And so it made it really difficult to target them and to attack them. So I couldn't see what they were doing or where they were moving because you couldn't move the camera.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sarah, you also played one more game, Dead Rising 2, right?
Yes, and I haven't played the first one, so this was a new experience for me. And it was actually really fun because I got to pick up things and kill zombies with them. There was, in the very beginning, there's a little stick with a unicorn head on it. And so you can actually beat zombies up with a pony head. So I just kind of stabbed them in the chest with the horn part. And I ran around and picked up pieces of gates, and then you can throw them and kill about like 5 or 10 zombies with one of those. So
That's pretty effective.
yeah, it was really effective. A lot of people were crowding around me and laughing at me as I was killing zombies with a piece of gate.
Now, that's about what I did to Michael on Fortune Street today on the Wii. Describe how it felt being destroyed by me.
Oh, please. It cheated, first of all.
Fortune Street is Itadaki Street, whatever. I don't know what the third part of that. Just Itadaki Street, yeah. But it's a series with various crossovers with Square Enix characters, and this one is Mario and Square Enix characters, and it's coming out on the Wii. We got a chance to play it, right?
It's just Mario and Dragon Quest characters.
Well, they're Square Enix characters.
No, they're just Dragon Quest. But yeah, we played quite a bit of it, and I mean, they dumbed down the rules. We didn't get the stock market. We didn't get the zones. You just had to have next to each other. So they changed a few of the rules, make it really quick play.
So for people who've never played an Itadaki Street before, how would you best describe it?
It's like Monopoly with a stock market is the best way to put it.
That sounds long and boring if you put it that way, though.
Well, and there's mini games and fun characters and conversations, so.
So there's some Mario Party in there, too.
A little bit.
Okay. Fun Mario Party, though, not the boring ones.
I don't know, was there fun Mario Party?
Yeah, I don't know either. But all right, so I went around the board collecting suits and then getting promotions when I pass the bank, and I get paid money, and I'm buying hotels like it's Monopoly and charging Mike rent when he lands on them. and people were buying my properties out from other. That just gave me more money. And in the demo, I won when I got 5,000 gold. It wasn't bad. I hope it has like online play.
Me too.
Otherwise, that could be kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that was a big thing. It was like every version I've had has not had online play.
Yeah, I hope they change that in this time. But you know, it's Nintendo, so we'll see.
Friend code or whatever.
Yeah, friend code's still on the Wii. Wii U apparently not using friend codes.
Yeah, they're using
Now they're using just some ID system, like a gamer tag maybe. I'm very happy to hear that. So Prime World. A couple of you guys went to Prime World, right?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
So tell me about Prime World. What the
I got
heck
to ride
is
a
it?
Pony.
You got to ride a pony. So describe the game for me. What is the game like? What do you do?
Well, I mean, it is the part we played was pretty much a Dota clone. You want to start on one side, and the 5 people together worked across the map and decimated some AI because that was boring. It really was no challenge. They were not anywhere near match for us. We got to level up so quickly. What about you?
I actually really like the different characters that you could play.
Yeah, they did have like 30 different heroes.
Yeah,
I think.
and they each had their own thing, and there's a couple of them that had pets. So you could either ride a unicorn or have a pet that was like a cheetah, or have another pet that was like a frog that you could actually ride the frog. So, but I played the cheetah the second time, and the cheetah actually died, but it comes back a little bit later. But apparently you can't die in that game, so.
No, you respawn.
Yeah,
if it's
you
a Dota
respawn.
clone.
Actually, in this version, you didn't even die.
Yeah,
you
you
turned
couldn't
gray
die.
for 5 seconds and then came back where you were.
Ah, yeah. Usually you have a long death counter in a Dota clone, so that's interesting.
This was mostly for demo, just get people through it.
Yeah,
Ah,
they
okay.
said it was like a pre-alpha phase, so a lot of it stuff wasn't even working at the time.
Now, there's a lot of stuff you do outside of the actual gameplay in this. Did they show any of that?
Well, they didn't show any. That was even more. I mean, that's probably barely vertical slice at this point. They're like, you want to be like your entire castle will never be in the game. It will only be on Facebook or some other social media, or like they said iPhone or Android apps as well. So you'll be building up this way. So you'll have a little micromanagement system that you'll be doing outside of the actual gameplay. And then inside of pretty much one zone versus the other has nothing to do with your castles. It'll just be that'll give you your certain power to start with. And they also mentioned that your heroes will be leveling up continually, so it won't be like you start at level 1 every time. You'll probably start at like level 5 or level 10 based on how far you've been playing.
That's quite a departure from standard clones like that, where you kind of get buffs that affect your character, but the main leveling still has to happen each game. So this could be quite different from other Dota clones.
Yeah, they weren't looking to make another Dota clone. They really want a social interaction, and they want people to be talking on Facebook and things. They want the social interaction outside of the game.
Interesting. All right. No social interaction in Skyrim, but pretty sweet nonetheless, right?
Very sweet. I have not been a big fan of Elder Scrolls. I've tried to play each one and not gotten very far, but this time it's like I really want to play this one.
What was the big thing that stood out for you that makes you want to play it?
The big deal for me is how easy it was to switch from magic to attack to healing, to, just everything. It was so fast and so easy to do.
Yeah, you assign something to one hand at a time, and then you can easily, on a quick menu, assign a different thing to that hand. So you can have a magic spell in one hand, weapon in the other, sword and shield, 2 spells, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and it really gives you they show the different ways that's possible. You want to fight a dragon, you're going to do certain things. You want to fight the undead, you want certain things. And you don't want to sit there and clug through a menu. You want to do it real quick and get back into the action. Manny,
how are you going to fight a dragon in Elder Scrolls V?
Apparently with lots of ice and fire breath.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, huh?
Yeah. It's I was a fan of Oblivion. I played a lot of it, tons of times on 2 different platforms. And every complaint that everyone had and every criticism is completely founded. And, that game had problems, and it's definitely not for everybody. But it seems like they're taking a lot of steps in the right direction to make it a more streamlined experience, sort of bring you more into the world, just like simple UI tweaks, like letting you inspect all of your equipment in 3 dimensions, smoothly, like making you look to the stars to upgrade yourself, not locking you into a class within the first 5 minutes of the game. You don't even know what you want to do yet, and sort of just have your character develop naturally. You do what you like doing, you get better at it. Eventually you level up, you put some you put some perks into the abilities that you like, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, you level up by just using an ability. And I absolutely loved how you just look up to the skies, and each constellation is like a different class sort of thing, and you just keep leveling up your shield skills and stuff in that as well.
I will say this though, I spent a lot of times in those in Oblivion dungeons. They're all just the same dark, uncomfortable places to be in, very claustrophobic. You always need a torch open. I mean, or have a light spell with you. But these places actually felt like these dungeons had a real sense of place. Like this was an actual location. There were underground waterfalls, underground caverns, like breaks in the ceiling so you could look up to the sky. It probably is like to some extent randomly generated.
Yeah, but I hear the artist went through and cleaned a lot of it up after that.
A huge difference.
I thought there's something, they have like 150 handcrafted dungeons.
I think they're partially machine generated, and then they get it once over by the level designers and artists and stuff.
Probably, but it's not like they're going to be randomly changing for each player.
That's right. Right. So that's pretty cool. One other thing we got to play some War in the North today. You and me, Chloe, and Anna, who's so busy at the show. You got to play a spellcaster. I played the ranger as opposed to the dwarf, which I played on my own on Tuesday. It's cool to see different perspectives. I had to hang back a lot and not do a lot of the stuff I did as a dwarf because I just wasn't built for it. So I was doing a lot of bow and arrowing from the back. What did you get to do? You played some spellcasting, right?
Yeah, I played a spellcaster, which I eventually leveled up and made her into a battle spellcaster.
Ah. So yeah, that's right. You get a choice in a few different talent trees. So what kind of spells did you have? Did you have just damage dealing then? You also had a shield spell you were throwing down, a big bubble shield spell to prevent us from arrows and stuff.
Yeah, I had about 3 spells. One was to push back enemies. I think another was to stun, and a big bubble. Sanctuary bubble.
Yeah, that was the name of the spell, Sanctuary. Pretty cool. Just looking like it's going to be a fun game. It was a lot of fun to play with my friends there, so I'm hoping to do that once it comes out. And I think we should start getting on our way home so we can play some more games with our friends. It's been fun hanging out with you this week. It's been a great E3. E3 2011 is over. The signs are coming down. The tanks are being taken out of the building, and people have way too much swag than what is good for them. So, we're RPGamer. For RPGamer, this is Chris Privateer, about to go get some sleep. We'll see you next time.